Our project really understands that often people, in trying to think about how to get people to be better civically engaged, that they need to engage across difference, but just getting people in the same room is really insufficient to doing engagement across difference well. So we're studying face-to-face group discussions that are trying to use some aspect of difference. And so this takes a couple of different flavors. It includes kind of dialogue and deliberation programs that are explicitly trying to bring together diverse people to think about political issues and social issues. It also looks at kind of high school programs that are trying to do democratic engagement in a variety of different ways, and also university classes that are having kind of discussions across different kind of political and social engagements for a variety of different goals.
As a starting point, we're particularly sensitive to openness, to disagreement, and to inclusive discourse. And in the coming months, our plan is to develop what we call construct maps for each of those, which would mean we're going to try to articulate as best as we're able, based on both the literature and our own observations, what it is that characterizes high-quality engagement across difference on each of these dimensions.
So we're hoping to create kind of two instruments, an observation protocol and a survey, but we're really hoping that a couple of different audiences will be able to use these things. First, increasingly across the nation, there's lots of dialogue and deliberation programs that are being pressured to be able to kind of account for what it is that they're doing. So we're hoping that these measures will help in program evaluation. We're also hoping that university instructors can use these materials pedagogically to both evaluate students but also the group, and potentially juxtapose, for example, student experiences versus external evaluation and observation, so that they can learn and become more reflective about their dialogue and deliberation experiences.
We know that one of the challenges we're going to face is figuring out the precise target of inference, whether we care specifically about a conversation that is happening in a particular space at a particular time, or whether we also want to make claims about the individual actors in that conversation that transcend that moment.
I think increasingly there's an important role for citizens, and we're putting a lot of trust in citizens to be active participants, and many of the ways in which we expect them to be able to interact with other citizens are really premised on being able to do dialogue and deliberation well. So if we don't get a better understanding of these interactions, I think the biggest problem is a lot of very well-meaning people could actually be doing harm. The potential that they're convening these groups and it actually ends up perpetuating prejudice or polarization is the biggest stake. So naming and identifying some of these moves actually makes it easier for people to reflect on their own choices and do them more in a variety of different contexts.